Take a look at some things in Google Classroom today. A couple of quick reminders. We're on the dashboard for Google Classroom right now. I can drag and drop my classes if I want to change the order of them. If I was a student, I've got my to-do list. It shows any missing, assigned, and done homework. I can also view it by specific classes that I'm enrolled in as a student. As a teacher, I can look at my to-review list. It's going to show me all of the assignments that I've assigned in my different classes. I can also view that by class and take a look at what needs to be graded, what needs to be taken a look at. Okay. The calendar right here is going to show you assignments. Again, I can narrow that down by class. I can forward to other weeks to see what kind of assignments are coming up. One question that has come up from people is, how do I limit what I see in my regular Google Calendar? If you've had too many things popping up and it's getting too cluttered with assignments, you can toggle on and off specific classroom calendars. So if you go to your app launcher and launch calendar from here, or you can go to calendar.google.com, it'll bring you to this page. Over on the left, you can turn on and off specific calendars, and that's going to help keep that as full or as clear as you'd like it to be. Next thing on your dashboard, if you're using this main menu button, kind of looks like a stack of 3 pancakes, some people call it. If I click on that and go all the way to the bottom, I've got a settings button. I can turn on and off all of my email notifications. This turns on all my email notifications. I can come in and turn off specific types of email notifications. And if I click here, I can turn on and off specific classes to get email notifications from. If I want all of them turned off, I just simply click here. That's going to turn off all of my email notifications for everything. One quick reminder, under my main menu button, I can also get to my to review button. I can navigate to other classes very easily. And as a student, I can also see my to-do list from here as well. So a couple of different places to get to the same things. If you've archived a class, it's going to be in the archive class section. You can restore a class. When it's in the archive section, you can still access those materials, but students do not. Okay, back on our dashboard. One other option we have with our classes is to make a copy of that class. This comes in really handy if you teach multiple sections of a class, or if you know you're going to be using a lot of the same resources that you've already spent a lot of time curating. The way we do this is click on the 3 dots in the top right corner and make a copy of that class. It takes a few minutes. Once you've done that, you're going to see something like this. I did this earlier, so now it says copy of this same class. This does not have any students in it. I'm going to go ahead and go in here so you can see what it looks like. It does not have a Meet link yet, so I can generate it from here or from my settings up in the top right. I have a new class code, so I can have kids join that way or by the invite link. I'm going to go ahead to the classwork tab. I've done this previously, so you're going to see a couple of assignments that have been turned back on, so to speak. This one I did previously, but when I make the copy, they all start off in draft form, just like the rest of them. So they're light gray and they say draft. This means the students cannot see these assignments. When I'm ready for them to see the assignments, I can click the 3 dots and click edit. It brings me to this page so that if I need to make any changes to this assignment before I post it, I can change the title, description, add more resources, take away resources, change the topic, change who it's going to and which classes it's going to, and then I click post. So if I'm keeping it the same, it's about 3 clicks, edit, post, and now the kids have access to it, and it saves a lot of time and effort instead of recreating everything from scratch. Okay, let's get back to my dashboard. Simply click my main menu button and I can come back here and see all my classes again. Next thing we're going to take a look at is under the gear icon. This is settings specifically for this class. I can change my details at the top. And then what I want to discuss really quick is our two different links. We have our invite link. This is new this year. Used to be your only choice was to have people join by a class code or by inviting them by typing in their email. Now we can copy an invite link and have that posted somewhere. We can email it to people, and it's pretty handy on getting people to join your class. This is for them to join your class as a student. If you are trying to invite somebody to your Google Meet that is not a student in your class, then you're going to use this link right here. You're going to copy that and paste that into an email. You can make your link visible or not visible to students. Because they can't join your class until you started it, you don't really need to turn it off. They're not allowed to join your Google Meet until you have. If you're using some more specific grading functions, this is where you're going to set, if you're using total points weighted by category, if you want to show the overall grade to students, and add in grading categories. If you're just using it to grade assignments and give that assignment feedback to the kids, you don't need to spend a lot of time on this section. If you wanted this to be more robust and give them more of an overall view of their grade, then you would set up things here. Otherwise, you can still use the school grading system for that. If you do make any changes in this, make sure you press the Save button up in the top right corner. And two more quick things before we leave settings. By default, when you create a Google Classroom, it's going to be set to students can post and comment. This is not a recommended setting unless you really want them to be able to create their own posts and comment on everything. What I recommend to start with is starting off with teachers can post or comment. If you want to open it up a little bit and have them making comments, you can change it here. And then the last thing is the stream is the first page you come to in Google Classroom. A lot of times that gets filled up with notifications every time you post an assignment on your classwork tab. Most teachers prefer kids to view their assignments from the classwork tab because they have them organized in topics. So in order to get rid of that clutter on the stream, you can change this to hide notifications. That way the only thing that shows up on the stream is your announcements. Make it much easier for kids to find the announcements that you want them to find and pay attention to them. Otherwise, they kind of get buried in all those notifications. So I would recommend changing it to hide notifications and then go ahead and save. Next thing we're going to take a look at is how to add multiple resources to the same assignment. We'll give it a title. We're going to put in our instructions. If I want the kids to do multiple things with this, watch a video, look at a website, answer questions, I can add a link. So for instance, if I have this website, I copy it, back to link, paste it. I also want them to have a link to the video. I'm going to go to YouTube. I already know my URL. I'm going to add that in. And then maybe I also have previously created a Google Drive document, maybe a Google Doc that has questions listed. Then I could also go in and grab that. And we're just going to go ahead and grab something generic. I don't have one actually made. So Google Doc. If I want them to type on it, make sure you select make a copy for each student. This will allow everybody to edit the same file. This is handing them their own copy that they can edit and answer questions on. I change the points, add a due date, add a topic. If I want to assign it to multiple classes, I can check off multiple classes if I have more than one section that's going to be doing the same assignment. If I only want it to go to specific students, then I can uncheck certain students and just assign it to specific students. And then I can go ahead and assign it now. I can schedule it for later, or I can save this as a draft if I know I need to add more resources to it later. If I'm scheduling it for later, I can only assign it to one class at a time. As of this time, Google does not allow us to schedule to multiple classes. I can assign it to multiple classes at the same time, which will put it there immediately, but I cannot schedule it to multiple classes at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and assign that. And then one thing you can do as a student, I'm going to switch over to the student view real quick, is when I open this assignment from the student point of view, I see my resources. I can open them directly here. If I go to view assignment, it's going to give me some more choices. It's a good idea to teach kids about this option. Under view assignment, my resources are listed here. Anything that is something that I have to interact with and return back to the teacher is listed over here. Sometimes kids don't realize that if there's multiple resources posted, that they don't all show up in the same spot. If it's something I need to actually complete and do, it's going to actually show up under your work. And then one other choice that you should be aware of for kids, if you want them to create their own document, you do not have to always provide a document for them to type on. They have the option under the Add or Create button to add something from their Google Drive that they've already created, or they can simply create a brand new document. I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like. The nice thing about creating it from here is it's already attached to this assignment. So you'll see that it has the student name and the name of the assignment. And when I go ahead and type on this, it's already there. They don't have to find it in their Google Drive and not try to lose it. It's already attached. So I've got the one that I provided to the student. I've got one that they've created themselves, and then they can simply go ahead and turn that in. It's letting them know they have two attachments and turning it in. So back on the teacher view, what this could look like as far as grading or checking the work. I'm going to open up the assignment. It shows that I have something turned in. I'm going to go here. I've got two attachments turned in by this student. If it's a Google Doc style or Google Slide, I'm going to be able to open this up. I'm going to be able to take a look at their assignments. I can see the two different attachments here. I can add in a grade. I can add in a private comment. And then I can go ahead and return that assignment. And they're going to be notified of their grade. And I can do all that right from here. If I have multiple students, I can switch between the students here, and also with the arrow, I can select different students. That is the quickest, easiest way to grade those types of assignments. Grade's going to show up here. It's going to show that it's returned. I can also enter assignments here. If I have a list of students, I can go ahead and enter in the grades and return it from right there. Another place to check on grades is right here. So we've got the grade here. I can view that submission. I can change the grade. Any other assignments, if I know what the grade is, I can enter it directly here and then also return that assignment once I've entered their grade. So if we have this assignment, now I can go ahead and return that assignment right from the grading page if I know what their grade is. I think that's about all we have for today. Make sure that you get a hold of me if you have any questions, and we'll see you on the next one.